Because Democrat Party is a party of the bureaucracy, they encourage obedience and subordination within their ranks. So they can't really produce any bold personality, strong personality leaders. And we could see that with Obama and especially with Biden. Their leaders tend to be kind of low key, to say the least. And so, yes, they have been immune to political assassination attempts because of that, they're just not emotionally engaging the population. They're not polarizing enough of the population to qualify, so to speak, for political assassination attempt. They're too boring. They're too much of demagogues. And they use the rhetoric that they use is very deceptive, but it doesn't sound aggressive. It sounds like hypnosis, like they're trying to hypnotize people. And so they don't have this political assassination issue, but they do have a problem with the strong personalities. They can't, in order to win elections and remain in power and keep getting support from the population, you need to provide to the population a very charismatic, strong personality leader. And they are actively suppressing strong personalities within their party. The same goes for European liberals. Their leaders, they find it convenient, the bureaucracy finds it convenient to govern in secrecy, where the population, the angry population, can't really point a finger at one particular leader who would be responsible for their suffering. It's kind of convenient to have this swamp deep state control the country, where the population is just lost and confused. They don't know who they can blame. They can keep changing presidents, prime ministers, but the presidents and prime ministers are all bland, incompetent, kind of boring bureaucrats, and they never even care if they get elected. They don't care if they lose the election, because they really have very little stake in this bureaucratic system. They're just kind of parts of the engine. They're not leaders. They don't have their own agenda. And that's the issue with those with the liberal system of government, where essentially it's an anonymous system of government. It is kind of convenient for them, of course, and so the people they're powerless to change the system, because they keep voting people out of the office only to be replaced by some leaders that are even worse than the previous leaders. But I think in the United States we're so used to this, the presidents that kind of are larger than life figures, that it's going to be increasingly more difficult for Democrats to win the elections, due to the fact that they can't come up with strong personality, charismatic, fiery leaders, flamboyant and kind of bold, aggressive people like Trump. They don't have people like that by design. Within their ranks, they kind of try to avoid that, because they don't want to allow any leader to promote his own agenda. They want to dictate their agenda to their own leaders. And we don't know who is really the author of their agenda. And we can only guess, by the type of utopian ideas that they promote, what they're really trying to accomplish, but we don't know their inner workings, and their media is going out of its way to cover it up. If you look at the Biden administration, for example, we can't even remember the officials that worked for Biden. We didn't even pay attention if anybody got fired or hired or what. Like, we didn't know who was in charge at all. And with the Trump administration, the media are just basically on top of them with a microscope, and they're discussing every little detail about every official that Trump appointed with the purpose of defaming them, of disparaging them, of undermining the administration efforts, of sabotaging, etc. And under Biden, it was all cover up, cover up, cover up, and we didn't know exactly what was going on. So it's this anonymous system of government that is convenient for the bureaucracy to control us, and we should not be so focused on personalities. Like, we should not be personifying in one individual, personifying evil in one individual. We should understand that we are trying, that the evil institutions are trying to control us. And the leaders that are rising up against those evil institutions are suffering political persecution and becoming targets of political assassinations. So it's basically us against the system. That's how people should understand this political landscape.